A new war is shaking global markets and reviving fears of stagflation. Prices soar while growth stalls. Could your wallet be next? The recent war has severely disrupted global supply chains, hitting energy and raw materials hardest. Since hostilities started early this year, oil and gas prices have surged by over 30%. This disruption inflates costs for manufacturers worldwide, pushing consumer prices higher even as economic growth slows. Companies like major exporters in Europe and Asia report rising input costs, squeezing profits and forcing cautious hiring. This combination of rising prices and stagnant economic activity is the classic recipe for stagflation, a scenario not seen on this scale since the 1970s. Inflation across major economies remains stubbornly elevated at around 7%, roughly double what central banks aim for. The war has intensified price pressures, especially in food and energy sectors, as supply shortages persist. For instance, wheat and fertilizer exports from conflict zones have dropped dramatically, pushing up global food prices. Central banks face a dilemma. Raising interest rates to tame inflation risks further slowing growth, while easing could let inflation spiral. This tightrope walk adds uncertainty to already fragile economic recovery efforts. The World Bank has slashed its 2026 global growth forecast to just 1.8%, the lowest in over 2 decades. The war's impact on trade, investment, and consumer confidence is a major factor. Key economies in Europe and Asia are particularly vulnerable, experiencing slowed manufacturing output and reduced exports. Stalled growth alongside soaring inflation means many countries could face stagflation, where economic stagnation and high prices combine to create prolonged hardship. Middle-class families are bearing the brunt of this stagflation threat. In many countries, wages have failed to keep up with soaring prices, especially for essentials like food, fuel, and housing. This squeeze reduces disposable income and curtails spending, further slowing economic recovery. Businesses are also cautious, delaying hiring and investment. The war's ripple effects are felt far from the battlefield, threatening economic security for millions. Policymakers now face a daunting challenge. Central banks must decide whether to continue raising interest rates to fight inflation or risk worsening economic slowdown. Some are already signaling a pause or cut in rates to support growth. Governments may also need to ramp up targeted fiscal measures to protect vulnerable populations without overheating economies. The path forward remains uncertain, but what is clear is that the war's economic aftershocks will demand careful navigation in the months ahead. Stagflation is back on the table, and the war's economic shockwaves could affect your cost of living and job security. Understanding these risks helps you prepare and protect your finances. Stay informed with daily Q&A for the latest updates. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss crucial economic news.